Did you see that shit? MMA podcast. Hosted by mixed martial arts journalist Mike Strauss, aka Strauss21, and Chicago's number one underground comedian, Apollo Taj Mahal.
Thank you for listening. My name is Mike Strauss, aka Strauss21. I'm a mixed martial arts journalist. I currently contribute to bjpen.com, Low Kick MMA, CageSidePress.com. You could find my work there as well as my YouTube channel at aka Strauss21. And of course, the Did You See That Shit Mixed Martial Arts podcast that you are listening to right now. Here is my latest interview. I hope you enjoy it. I want to welcome back to the show Mr. Jordan Young, 23 years old, 9-0, has a big fight coming up here at just the end of the month here, November 30th, huh?
Yeah, most definitely. We can only say I'm going to be 23 years old for a couple more days. I'm turning 24 on Friday. And then as a confident young 24-year-old man, I'm going to go in there and execute an old man.
You know, you definitely are, and that's one thing I wanted to bring up to you, too, because you and my daughter, you actually share the very same birthday. So, yeah, that's kind of extra special to me. So, happy birthday in a couple days, man. That makes this fight all that much more special, right?
Yeah, most definitely. I'm looking forward to getting my year as a 24-year-old started off correctly, and I'm looking forward to having a beautiful year as a 24-year-old in 2019.
Yeah, man, I mean, you're 9-0 right now. To be 10 years old if everything goes your way. I mean, you're fighting at one of the best camps, if not the best camp at American Top Team. I mean, the world is yours, right?
Yeah, that's how I feel. You know, when I first came in and first signed with Bellator, I felt like Tony Montana. You know, even Tony Montana started out as the help, and I started at the bottom, and I worked my way up, and now here we are. And, you know, I'm not on the main card yet, but I feel like I'm right there, and it's a matter of when, not if, you know?
No doubt, man. It blows my mind that you're not on the main card yet. But as you said, man, it is just a matter of time. I believe that you are a star in the making. I mean, you moved up from middleweight. This is going to be, I believe, your second fight at light heavyweight, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
How are you digging the new weight class?
I'm feeling good. You know, that last camp was my first as a light heavyweight, so it was a learning experience. And then the fight itself was a learning experience, you know, as far as feeling what I would feel like at 205 pounds in the cage. Honestly, I felt good in my last fight, and I continued to work. It rolled right over, and I've made vast improvements in my my body as a light heavyweight. I feel much more comfortable, and I've gained some functional strength and size. So I'm looking forward to going out and showing the new Jordan Young at this weight class.
Yeah, you mean you looked phenomenal in your first fight at 205 pounds, and I'm sure that you're going to look even better because, you know, throughout your career, every fight you have looked, you know, you have added a new wrinkle. So I'm sure that we're going to see that come the 30th. You know, let me ask you, man, I mean, your opponent, Anthony Ruiz, are you a guy as a fighter, Jordan? Do you like to study film, or do you kind of just let your coaches handle all that and just worry about the fight?
Honestly, you know, I take it as it is. Like, for this camp, you know, we lifted a couple fights together, me and my coaches, and then, you know, we're just going to go out there and do our thing. Obviously, as you continue to rise up the ranks and you get tougher fights, the tougher the fight, the more well-known the fighter is and the more footage on them. So I feel as you go up, the studying becomes more of a necessity. But at this level, you know, we just focus on me. We'll look to see what we're dealing with, but it's not like we're studying necessarily.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, some fighters are, you know, it's weird because, you know, you got some fighters who are all about, like, you know, researching their opponent, and then you got other guys who just could care less. So just kind of wanted to see where you fell on that spectrum, man. But, you know, the Bellator 205-pound division is a very interesting one. You have Ryan Bader, who is actually going to fight Fedor for the heavyweight Grand Prix championship. But what do you feel the state of the division is right now, man?
Yeah, I've been getting asked that a lot, and honestly, I've been saying that, you know, I would be a lot more concerned with the state of the division if I was in, like, Nemkov's position. I feel I'm a couple steps behind, you know, and, like, he just got past Phil Davis, so obviously he's up there. You got Ryan Bader, who's going to get through this, and I think he has a good chance of winning the whole thing. I doubt he wants to turn around and go cut right back to light heavyweight. I'm sure he'd like to enjoy being a double champ for a couple months. So with that being said, you got King Mo and Liam McGarry fighting right after me in the middle of December. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the division, but honestly, I feel like it's a big drop-off in this division. Like, if you go in the smaller divisions, you got your guys who are greener in the division, then you got your prospects and your up-and-comers, and then you have your vets and your well-established guys at the top of the division. At light heavyweight, I'm the youngest and least experienced guy. And then for me, it's a big drop-off, you know what I'm saying? It goes from, there's no prospects or up-and-comers in this division signed in Bellator at light heavyweight. It's me, and then it's straight off into the top of the division. So I feel that, it definitely is an interesting division, and the next move for me that I envision this division, I'd like to continue to grow. Like you said, this is my second fight in the division. Sometimes people talk to me like, as if my next fight is going to be, fighting top contenders, and that's not something I shy away from. But at the same time, I'd like to continue to build myself. I don't want to go and have my first main card fight be against a guy who's fought on the main card 6 to 7 times already. You know what I mean? That makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. You bring up a lot of very interesting points that I don't know if a lot of people even realize. So all very good stuff there. And you're right, man. I think that the way that you are being brought up, whether that's by your design or whoever's, it's the right way. I believe it's perfect, man. I mean, you're challenging yourself with each fight. You're continuing to show improvement, but I don't believe that you're putting yourself in a position where you're biting off more than you could handle. So, I mean, hats off to you, man. You're really doing it, I believe, the right way. So, have you ever been to Thackerville, man? The last time Bellator was there, I was actually covering it. Unfortunately, I won't be there this time around, but it's a cool place. It gets a lot of flack, but I actually rather like it.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to hear because I've been hearing more so of the flack. I wasn't too bothered. Honestly, when I first got told I was coming out here, I was like, man, I don't mind coming out here. I just hope that I can get on the main card if I have to go to a small place like this. But with that being said, I'm coming with an open mind and I'm looking to have fun. It's going to be a great performance for me and my team. And, it's going to be a good night. So I'll take it with strides and try to enjoy Thackerville to the best of my ability.
No doubt. You're going to be in a casino. So, I mean, assuming all goes your way, you're going to be right there. You're going to be in a perfect spot to have a good time already,
Yeah, most definitely. I like gambling a little bit, nothing too crazy. I've been playing blackjack, but actually, Colby Covington, after we got done training in Mike Brown's class today, he said to me, he's going to teach me how to play some poker. He said, stop playing blackjack. You're playing against the casino. When you play poker, you're playing against other players, and your winning percentage goes up. So shout out Colby Covington. I'm going to get on my poker game after this next one.
Hey, there you go. Hey, say what you want about Colby, but he knows a thing or two about playing his cards right because he look where he is, man. He's a champion. So, yeah, good advice there for sure. Always fun talking with you, Jordan, man. I appreciate you doing this so close to Thanksgiving. I'd like to give you a few minutes here to shout out your coaches, team, whatever you'd like, brother. Floor is yours.
Yeah, most definitely. First and foremost, I appreciate you having me on today. Secondly, I'd like to thank my coaches and training partners at American Top Team. One of the best teams in the world, and we're always putting in work. Also, I'd like to thank some of my sponsors, 8 Man Strong, Flavor RX, J&K Complete Auto Care, Elite Edge, my management, Janus Sports, one of the best management teams in the whole sport of MMA. And anybody who's listening, check me out on Instagram at JAY185. And check me out next Friday at Bellator 210 in Thackerville. I'll be facing Anthony Ruiz on the prelims of Bellator 210. And I plan on taking this man's soul and all the experience from the 60 fights that he's had with it once I take it.
And I know you will. Don't bet against you. It's going to be a great night, man. Bellator 210, November 30th. I appreciate it, brother. Have a great holiday.
You as well, always.